stay plump. She a baddie, she know she a 10. She a baddie with her baddie friend. They like ice, how you always stay hot.
Hey everybody, you're currently watching Tenetv and welcome back to another video. So on today's video, as you can see, I do have a new look, and what do they say? Blondes always have more fun. So your girl had to go blonde for the summer because why not? And what better way to go blonde other than having to dye your hair than to go with the braid route? So that's exactly what I did with these boho knotless braids done by me, and I'm gonna get into how exactly I achieved this look. So please, without further ado, stay tuned for this video. All right, so the hair is blown out, and now I'm gonna get into the parting. I do have a three-sided mirror. I'm gonna show y'all. So I have this, and that is how I'm gonna be able to see all the angles of my hair. Okay, so let's get into the party. Okay, so I had to put the glasses on because, you know, I had to get serious. So I parted it down the middle and I sectioned this off. Hopefully y'all can see that. So I went ear to ear like this, and then in the back I went from ear to ear like that, so that I'm just gonna do the rows like this and then keep going into the top. So this will just make like the parting process a lot more quicker. All right, so after a long, like 3-4 hours, I don't even know at this point, I finally finished parting my hair. So this is what it's giving. Let me give y'all a little 360. So I basically just cornrowed it so that all I have to do is, you know, go row by row, taking out cornrow and then getting the braids done. I just feel like this is going to help me move faster now that it's already like pre-parted. So now we're going to get into the braiding, okay? So really lock in, really stay tuned, and yeah, let's get it, ladies. Alright, so let's get into the juicy part of this video, the step-by-step on how I do my boho braids. Now the first thing you want to do is add some of your edge booster to your roots so that you can have a smooth base to start with. I do like to take my comb and detangle the piece one last time before I start. Now you want to separate the section into 3 pieces and begin your braid by grabbing the right side first and feeding in that first piece of 27/613 hair into the braid, followed by the second piece of 27/613 hair like so. Then you're going to add the third piece of the same hair, followed by that fourth and final piece of 27/613 hair. So that should total 4 pieces of 27/613 hair at the start of this braid. Then you're just going to continue to braid everything down, making sure it's nice and neat like so. Now it's time to add your first piece of boho hair. You want to begin by feeding it into the braid and braiding it down all together. You're going to work your way down the braid a couple times, and then you want to fish for that piece of boho hair and put it out to the side like so and continue to braid down. I honestly like to braid down about 3 to 4 inches before adding in the next piece of hair. You then want to take a piece of 613 hair and feed that into the braid. I like to feed hair throughout the braid so it stays thick all the way down to the end. We don't want no thin braids. So you are now going to take your second piece of boho hair and feed it into the braid like before. You'll notice that I do add a little bit of edge booster to the ends of my actual hair to prevent frizziness and flyaways before I continue to braid. And don't forget to fish out that piece of boho hair before continuing down. You then want to take your next piece of 613 hair and feed that in along with that third piece as well and continue to braid that down. It's a lot of pieces, okay? A lot of pieces. But it's going to be worth it in the end. I am now adding my final piece of boho hair to the braid, fishing it out and continuing to braid down like we've done before, while also adding edge booster wherever I feel any frizzies or flyaways may show. Now remember, if you feel like you missed anything or don't fully understand, you could always rewind this part back and rewatch it again, because you're going to continue to repeat this process for every braid in your head. Now I'm not going to braid all the way down to the end because I do want a wavy look and plan on dipping the ends a certain way. So about 3 inches from the bottom of the braid, I am going to add some edge boosters so it doesn't unravel. And that, my friend, is how I do my boho braids. Tink. Alright guys, so I've officially finished braiding all of the braids, guys. It took me 30 hours to do this. I do not recommend this for the week. Honestly, I just braid slow. I wish I was a faster braider. I am going to work on that for y'all, and not even just for y'all, for myself, because who wants to be doing this for 30 hours? But it was well worth it, because I'd rather spend a whole day and some change doing this versus paying like $300. And so what I did was I actually separated the human hair from the actual braiding hair, and I put it in, you know, like little doodle braids, and I dipped it in hot water. So I did dip the ends, but I made sure I took the human hair apart from the braid. So like, for example, if you have this braid here, you see how the human hair is like wrapped around it. Grab the braid, separate the human hair like that. Now you just have the tip. So I was making sure I was collecting all the tips like so, and then I put it in I did 4 braids. So I sectioned this into 4, and I did that 4 times, dipped them all in, patted them dry, and took it out so that it could blend with the actual curly human hair pieces. And yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm loving the color. So yeah, you can honestly just style this, do as you please. But my bad, y'all. So I'm gonna go get ready, and now I'm gonna be back to show you guys the full final results. All right, so it is an official wrap on this video. I do want to thank you all for tuning in, watching this video, you know, supporting your girl, and definitely stay tuned for the next video. And make sure you don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you want more content like this, okay? We love a good boho look for the summer, so definitely get into this look, and make sure you tag me, or, you know, show me little pics of y'all styles too. I would love to see it. I love y'all, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.